Boise Vineyard. This is Terra from the missions office here at I-61. It has been a while since we've been back in the office, but we had our first meeting back. We've been doing meetings on Zoom these last several months, as with everybody else. But I just wanted to give you an update on missions and what's happening. We actually had, on this calendar, if you got the calendar in January, we had about 10 trips planned this year. And at this point, all of them have been canceled. So right now I'm supposed to be in Mexico on the family missions trip. We had 2 teams planned. So that was a bummer. We're disappointed, but we are trusting that God has good things. What the enemy would love to use for evil in the world right now, God wants to use for good. And he does have good plans for the church and us as believers, just to testify of him and to see people come to know him. So we are praying into that, and we spent a while praying this morning as a team, which was fun. Just a couple updates. The Puerto Rico mission trip has been canceled. Training in Myanmar for the church planners was canceled in May. Myanmar is experiencing civil war and unrest right now, and so it's hard to get accurate news about that. They've cut off the internet in several places. But we do get reports from some of the people we know, and just they share about the fighting and the persecution going on. So I would just ask that us as a church could be lifting them up in prayer. We've got over 70 church planners right now trying to share the gospel, just making friendships and relationship in these Buddhist communities. And some of them are being persecuted for their faith. So it is rough, and God's good, and I know that he is going to strengthen them and bring them hope and courage in this season. The other thing going on is the Harvest Crusade that was planned for May got postponed. They do have a date set, but they're still praying about all that and just waiting to advertise that until they get some things finalized. So please be praying for the event, the Boise Harvest, as you heard about it last May. We're still excited and believe that God has really brought several churches together for this. The Treasure Valley is ripe for the harvest, and that was the thing I heard most just throughout the whole planning, was that there's been no other area or community that the harvest team has experienced that has been so ready for the gospel to come. And it was just confirmed over and over. So that's why they're not canceling it. They still believe that it's meant to happen here in the Treasure Valley, and they're just waiting with COVID and waiting to see how things pan out. So please be praying about that. And the other thing that we are looking at is still partnering with Eastwind Church in East Boise. They plan to do an outreach in Wilder, which is around Nampa, Caldwell area. And we kind of helped them do a Christmas outreach last December in hopes of partnering with them this summer for their VBS. So the plan is still to do that, but there's going to be different limitations. And I'm just waiting to hear back about what that might look like, especially as we went back to phase 3. So stay tuned for that. But my heart for that was that we'd get to bless the families and the migrant workers that live in Wilder, and just be able to provide a safe and fun experience where we get to share about Jesus and even meet some of the needs that they have. They're planning a big dinner and just a lot of fun stuff for them. So it'd be a really awesome family missions opportunity where nobody would have to get on an airplane. So that was my heart with that. And lastly, we have Alpha. That is a new believer class, and we are in the process of planning that. We were going to have that ready and available after the Harvest Crusade. But since that got postponed, we postponed Alpha. And so our team is just seeking the Lord about that and trying to figure out what the best fit is. But my heart is that we would have a place for new believers to come and just grow in their knowledge and understanding of who God is, be able to have a safe place to ask their questions. So it'd be different than the Vineyard 101. It would just be more of a new believer class, focused on just building relationship with each other, having a meal together, and having some simple teaching on who God is and basic discipleship principles. So that's what our team is working on right now. I just wanted to give you an update. And for any of you who want to join our team in prayer, Thursday mornings at 9:30, you're welcome to come here to the I-61 office. If you're not comfortable with coming in person, we also are doing a Zoom link. So if you just contact April Olson at vineyardboise.org, and that's april.olson@vineyardboise.org, and she can help get you connected if you'd like to join our team in prayer or just be a part of what we're trying to do and partnering with God around the world. So God bless you guys.